Hello friends, welcome to my creative corner. I hope you guys are all doing really well today. I'm doing quite good myself, a little bit tired, but I'm doing good. I thought that we would maybe get into the beaded bags this time, and I will do my best. And I'm going to go step by step with you guys so you can make your own. So I'm going to show you how to do the graphs, and I'm going to show you how to draw them up and get that all ready, and then we will bead them. So what's going on? Let's see. Yesterday we went out for a walk. It was a really nice walk. We got a lot of miles in. Went to the river and walked probably almost 8 miles. So I'm a little tired and sore today. We went to the river, and the river was really low, so I was able to kind of go into the river and walk around. I have a new life list, and my new life list is now footprints. So I have instead of like documenting them and like drawing them or whatever, I have been taking pictures of them. Let me see if I can find them. Hang on a second. And I got a lot of really cool ones. I don't know if you can see them. That there is some duck prints. That's a little closer up of those. Kind of hard to see it. And I got, these are little plover prints. So cool. And there's a whole bunch more of those. They were all up and down the riverbank there. Got something real big here. Not quite sure. It could be a dog. It could be a cat. I don't know. It's something big. I'll have to look into it. I haven't really looked at it yet. I got some more bird ones here. I think those may have been crane because they're really big. And I got, I believe, I don't know what this one was because it had little claws, and you can see his little claw prints. I have to look these up. I have a little Peterson guide that I'm going to look up, and I do believe that may be it for these. Oh, and a big raccoon print. So I have a few that I need to look up, but I'm starting a little life list of animal prints, so it's been kind of fun to kind of go out and kind of look for them. And it was nice yesterday because it was muddy, and I was able to take off my shoes, and I walked down the bank and walked through the water. The water was really kind of cold in places, but it was really warm in other places, and it was so low. Everybody was out just kind of enjoying the river, and it's kind of interesting because you walk along and it'll be like really muddy, and then there'll be a lot of clay, and then it'll be kind of sandy, and then it'll be pebbles, and then it'll be more mud, and so go through all these textures with your feet as you walk along, and it was a lot of fun. We're gonna have to go down there and just kind of go swimming and stuff one of these days. Just kind of actually just get in the river and swim. You got to be kind of careful, though, because there is some quicksand out there, and it can swallow you up pretty quick. I kind of stepped in one, and I almost went all the way up to my knees. So you have to walk you got to tread lightly and be careful. We saw a yellow legs, which was cool. That was the second time I've seen one of those out there, and they are the most fun bird to watch. I love watching them. This guy yesterday, he was kind of going along, and he'd go with his little beak and just kind of skim the water with it really fast, and then he'd walk along and he'd skim it again, and it was really, really cool to watch them, and they're super fun to watch. I like the water birds. And then I did get to cross a bird off my list yesterday, and it's my very first warbler, and I heard him, and I was like, what was that? And so I'm walking along, and I'm looking it up on my phone. I go to allaboutbirds.org when I look them up, because they have the voice there, and I kind of bird more by ear. And I was like, that sounds like a warbler. I'm not sure, but that's what it sounds like. And we saw him, and we could kind of see him. He was a little further away. We got a picture of him, and we kind of got a little bit of an image, but it wasn't quite enough to go off of. But the sound was definitely 100% the witchy, 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 witchy sound that they make. And so I got to cross the common yellow throat off my list. So I was really excited about that. I think it was a female that we may have seen. Maybe there were two of them. I'm not sure, but I was really excited about that. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I didn't really find a lot on my walk. I did find a couple really cool river stones, and this one was probably my favorite because it was all polished. I don't have to polish it. And this one was really pretty. And I found this one when I was walking in the river, and I can't believe how polished and shiny and pretty it was. So I snapped that one up. I thought that was pretty nice. And I found one that's kind of similar to that, and it was really shiny. At first I thought it might have been an arrowhead because it kind of had these little places where it looked like it'd been chipped away, but it's not. But it's still pretty, so I still brought it home with me. And then just a couple other little stones that I got. But that was a really kind of fun little adventure for my day off work, but it did kind of wear me out. I'm kind of tired, but that's okay. And today it is a hot one. It's like 90 some degrees. And I'm so thankful for the air conditioner that I got right now. I'm so thankful for that. And Shade got to come out of his cage. He is right here behind me. What's up, buddy? What's up? You want to say hi to the people? Come here. Where'd he go? Come here. Come say hi. There he is. Say hi. Say I'm free. Yeah, hi. Say I'm free. He got to come out and be free. He's happy about that. So, he has been playing with everything. He lost his collar somewhere. I don't know. He was playing so hard he lost his collar. But he gained a lot of weight in that cage. And so he's really kind of chubby right now. And, now he's rubbing up against the tripod. But now he's kind of chubby. So we got to make sure he runs a little bit. And maybe we can get him to lose a little weight. But he kind of got heavy. To the point where you can barely lift him. He's so heavy. He's a big cat the way it is, but now he's even bigger. And besides that, I think that's pretty much it going on in my life. But as far as the brick stitch goes, I have a book here I've been going off of. I would recommend it. It's a great book, Beaded Treasure Purses by Dion DeLange. And she does great work. And it's a really good book. It's kind of goes through everything that we need to know about the purses. So if you are interested in it or need a little bit more guidance than I can give, then I would highly recommend this book. It's a really great book. It's got beautiful designs in here. I mean, she does such beautiful work. Just stunning bags. And I'm going to work on one for us. I'm going to do the crane one that I said that we were going to do, but I was reading over this a little bit, and I do think I found where I made my mistake last time with the bag. Now, this is my old pattern here that we're going to do. We're going to do this one with the crane, okay? And I'll kind of bring the colors out a little more as I draw them in with you guys. And I figured out what I did is I had an extra row on either side of my foundation. So I had 2 extra foundation rows, and I think that messed me up. And then I do believe I didn't do my in and out properly with end of each row. And we'll go through that as we create ours. But today we're going to start off with, what are you doing? He got a feather. He got a feather. Let's see if you guys can see this. It's so adorable. Oh, I'm not very good at filming it. What direction am I going? I'm not very good at filming like that. But isn't he cute? He's so cute. I'm so happy he's out. I think he's very, very happy he's free. So what I did is I went out and, I have a book over here, the bead Bible that I showed you guys in a previous post. And in the back of that is they're like graphs. They're like various bead graphs. And what I did is I just photocopied those so I could make my own designs. And let me get one here. And so I took a photocopy of that, and then I just, we're going to use this today because I want to make sure I have the right paper. I don't know if what I got was the right paper. It looks right to me when I look at it against this one, but I want to make sure this time. I want to make sure we're doing this right this time, or that I'm doing this right this time. I mean, I guess you guys didn't mess it up with me last time. I did that on my own. So, but this is the bead graph paper here. Or I'm sorry, this is going to be for your brick stitch, because we're going to do brick stitch on this. So this is the brick stitch graph paper. Okay. Now, you can probably find this graph paper online if you just search it. A lot of them, I do think, unfortunately, are going to come up as the earrings. But you can try it out and see what you can find. If you can find the brick stitch pattern, the graph paper, then you can do this along with me. And if not, like I said, I have no way of uploading stuff for you guys. It's unfortunate. I probably should figure out a way to do that so that you can. I just haven't had the time. I'd like to do a little blog or something to where you could go to it and look this stuff up. But you can kind of go along with me and get an idea of how to do the pattern for the purses, the little bags that we're going to do. So I'm going to turn around the camera, and then I'm going to show you and go through with you kind of the steps of what we're going to do to create our pattern. And then this might be a two-parter for this video, and then we'll bead. And so therefore you can get kind of an idea of how to create your own patterns if you can't afford the book or things like that. And then we can, you can do your own, and it doesn't matter. So I'm going to turn you guys around, and we will start drawing up our pattern, or should I say redrawing up the pattern. So, all right. Got our graph paper here, and this is my old pattern I got right here. But I have to change it up because I measured wrong, and then my colors are going to be different because I got different beads now. So I have figured out. Now, when you do this, you want to start off with your foundation, okay? And the foundation is going to be the base of your pattern that you're going to base the rest of the bag upon, the rest of your pattern on, okay? And you always want this to be an even number, okay? So if I did say, because what we're going to do is this is going to be the front of our bag, okay? And then the back of the bag is going to be the same amount of beads, and you want that to be an even amount of beads. You can't have an odd number. It doesn't work. So this is our brick stitch graph paper, and as you can see, it's divided into fives. Okay, so 5, I don't know if you can see that, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right? Now, I know that what I did wrong, and I recounted everything. And so what I'm going to need is 22 by 2. So 22 times 2, and that is 44. So that's an equal number. So I need 22 from my foundation across here. Now I'm going to leave a little space. This last row is going to be empty because that's going to be my closure beads. Okay, that's what's going to seal the bottom of our bag. So we need to do our foundation, and you can either use bugle beads, or you can use seed beads, or another kind of beads. And so I'm going to use 3 3 seed beads for mine. So I need to do 3 of these, okay? Now, we want our pattern to be, our foundation part has to be going inwards on this first row, because the row that's going to start the bag is going to have to be on the outer, it's going to be an outer bead is what we're going to call it, okay? And so we need these to be inside of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Hang on a second. I'm going to start right here. Start there. And I'm just going to draw my box foundation here. Right here, so we know. So that's going to be our box foundation. I hope that's coming up okay. And then I'm going to make these the beads. So imagine, say if it was a bugle bead, that'd be 1 bugle bead. But I'm going to use 3 seed beads, so that's going to be 3 stacked seed beads. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Okay, so that there is going to be our foundation row. I don't know how well you can see that. And it's going to be 22 beads across. And because, you know, with the brick stitch pattern, it goes zigzags, it backs back and forth. And so we're going to draw through that because that's going to just be stacked, one on top of the other, okay? And that way, and I would always recommend doing this with a pencil because you might make mistakes and have to erase and go back. And that way it's going to be inside like it's supposed to be. So we have our inner bead there. Now I'm going to double check myself here. Now we'll kind of see as we go along if that's the proper way to do it, because when we start our pattern, we want an outside bead here and we want an inside bead here. We want this bead going in and this one coming out. And that'll make more sense as we draw it. So I'm going to start drawing what I have, and then we will go from there. And this might take me a minute, but dark. But then that can kind of give you an idea of how all of this is going to work. $21. And it looks like we're going to need another foundation bead because this one's sticking out. See how that's sticking out? This is the end of the foundation we drew, and then this one's sticking out. I'm going to double check my counting. $21. Okay, now let's see how many do we have of our foundations. We have 1, 2, it's going to be 23 times 2, that's 46. So it'll still be an even number. So that's good. So we're going to draw one more foundation on here because we need that bead going in from that foundation. Does that make sense? So these are foundation beads here, and this one is overlapping, going over. It's just exactly what we want. We want that to go over one, and then with this one, we want it to go in one, okay? So we're going to have an out bead over here and an in bead over there, and that's exactly how we want it. Now, when we draw, we're going to be drawing in a zigzag manner. One second. Shade. Just getting into stuff. So this is an out bead. So our one above that needs to be an in bead. It needs to be going in. Okay. So that's going in there just like that. And we're going to keep drawing here. And this, you know, when I drew this, it took a lot longer because I had to actually draw it out. I have it drawn out. I just have to redo my pattern because I did my pattern incorrectly. And when I did it, it looked fine. And then I started beating it and it started looking all crooked. So you really have to make sure that your pattern is correct, or it's going to end up being crooked and it's not going to look right and it's going to mess up everything. So you have to make sure that that pattern is how you need it drawn. And we're going to go all the way across. We'll double check our counting here. Shade, get down. Psst. He's getting into trouble. He's enjoying himself too much. And when I draw my patterns, I just use colored pencil. They seem to work the best. And they are somewhat erasable, but not like I would like. But when I sketch out my pattern, I use pencil, and then I color over the pencil. You see, it's not the easiest thing to draw on brick stitch because it's, you know, offset. It zigzags. It's not perfectly set in. So and see, yep, that's how we want it. This one is a in bead, and then we want this one to be an out bead when we finish, like that. Okay, and now I'm going to start back over from here. I'm going to do 3 greens. We need that to be an in bead. That foundation row is vital though, because if that foundation row is off at all, it will not be right. So always make sure that there's beads over here is an out bead, and this bead right here is an in bead. Because I hope you can see that, but that right there and that right there is our foundations. Okay, so we got 3 of those and 3 blue. And it takes time to make your own pattern, but the great thing about making your own pattern is that it is yours and no one else's, and it's unique, which makes it even better. And you can do whatever you want with it because it's your pattern. So 3, 2 green. This might take us a minute, but it will look way better when we get it done. Plus, it'll kind of show you guys how to go about doing it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shade. Oh my goodness, with him today. He's full of it. He's like 2 months of sitting around all bunched into one day. Okay, 3 green, and this last bead needs to be an out bead because this one is an in bead. Just like that. So you're going out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, all the way up. All the way. And you know, we wanted to make sure that this was going to be right this time. Last time I just wasted my time. It was unfortunate, and I got pretty far on it, and it was just a complete waste of my time. So this way you can kind of get an idea of how to draw the pattern for it. Or you can draw along with me, and then you can have a pattern to work on. Now I'm going to leave these next 4 blank because they are white. And then I'm going to get my light green. So we have black, dark green, and dark blue. And then light green. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do 4 light green. And then dark blue, we're going to do 6 dark blues. And you don't have to use my pattern, you can make your own. But as far as the purses go, we got to make sure our foundation's proper. And then you can draw whatever you want on there. Always make sure it's an even number. That's 3 dark green. Is this the right one? I think so, yeah. And that's an out bead. Perfect. Lined up nice. Now for our next row, I'm going to come from the right over to the left. I'm going to need 4 dark blue, and we got to make sure that this is an in bead here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, boy, that's kind of hard to see. I don't know if that was that's another reason I'm glad I'm redoing this, because some of these are hard to see. Looks like 5 light green. Or I just call this green, because I have one that's lighter. And then 2 really light green. So this is dark green, and then light green. I hope you can distinguish the different colors there. I have my light up as high as it will possibly go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green, and then 2 light green. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white. And then it looks like 3 gray. So let me double check. 1, 2, 3. Hey, get out, trash can. Get out of it. So 3 gray. That. And then 4 regular greens. And that'll be an out bead. Perfect. Lined up perfect. Okay, now we're going to go back over from the left to the right. We'll go in a bead. And then we need a dark green, 2 light greens, and then 2 regular green. I got as close as I could with the colors to distinguish them as I could, but you know. And then we need 3 gray. 1, 2, 3. Kind of see the shape of the bird coming in. And then we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because these are white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need 2 light green. Ooh, kind of crumbling apart on me there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 regular green. I don't know if this is anything anybody wants to see or watch, but it might give people an idea on creating patterns. So, and then 2 more light greens. Like I said, it took me a while to draw this up. This wasn't something that I just drew up right away. It took a lot of time. And then 2 dark blue. And then we should be an out bead. Yep, all right, we got our out bead there. Perfect. And I got way further than this beading, and I was like, something just ain't right. I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 more rows of beading, and it just, I was like, what's going on? It ain't right. Something's not right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 8 light green. And we need to go in like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I broke my pencil. Hang on, gotta sharpen. All right. I like to press hard to make it come out nice, but 1, 2, 5. Must have pressed a little too hard. What did I say? 8? Double check. 8 indeed. So 8 light green. And then we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then three gray. So 6 white and then 3 gray. And then we need 2 green, our regular green, 1 light green. Oh, that's already acting stupid. I hate when they do that or they get like kind of wobbly at the point. And then 3 dark green. There we go. And then we need an in bead and then 3 dark greens. And then 2 regular green. I think that's black. I don't know. Let me look. Sorry, I have to. Yeah. Okay, so 2 black.
Right.
Okay. Five gray. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white. And then 4 black. And a dark green. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay. Now we go right from left. And I have to have an in bead. And then we have 3 dark green. And then a yellow. And then I can't remember if that was, okay, a red. A white. 2 dark green. 2 dark blue. A black. 4 gray. And then 2 black. You can kind of see the pattern coming in now, huh? Okay. 3 dark blue. And then 3 dark greens. Oops, picked up the wrong one again. Okay. Next row, we're going to have to start with the in bead, and that's going to be 4 dark blue. Go. And then a green. Okay, and then we got 3 black. Three gray. And a black. And then 2 light greens, or regular greens, I'm sorry, 2 green, a dark blue, two dark green, two red, and 4 dark greens. And we'll end on an outer bead. Just like that. All right, now we're going to start from right to left. And we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dark green. And we're going to go on an inner bead here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double check myself here. All right, and then we need a dark blue. Okay, now we need 2 green. And a dark green. A black. Two gray. Three black. Three green. And 3 dark blue. And you'll end on an out bead. Like that. Alrighty, now I'm going to mark off as I go here. Now we're going to go from left to right, and we're going to start on an in bead. And we need 2 dark green. Go. 2 light greens. And then a regular green. Then we need 3 black. One gray. 2 black. 2 dark green. 2 green. 3 dark blue. 2 dark green. And 3 dark blue. Now, the reason I'm going through this, guys, I know this might be kind of repetitive and boring, but then what I was thinking is you will have the pattern. As we go through it together and draw it together, I can correct what I made where I made my mistakes. You guys can have the pattern, and then when we're ready to bead it, you can draw up your pattern as we go along, and then you'll have a pattern that you can have for you. I'll have my pattern, and then we can just bead it up. So I know it kind of seems repetitive and boring. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch this. I'm not making anybody watch this. And you can also skip it if you want. But this will make it a little bit easier for us, I believe, when we decide to start beading it, when we get into beading it. Okay, so we're going to go on to our next row from right to left. And we're going to go on an in bead. And we need 2 light greens. So go on an in bead. 2 light green. Then we need 3 dark blue. Let me double check that. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 3 dark blue. And then we need 3 regular green. Okay. And then 4 dark green. And you guys can have the pattern this way too, which is really awesome. I need to figure something out with uploading. I'm really not that tech savvy, but I'm bead savvy, but I'm not that tech savvy. But this is a way for all of us to be able to have the pattern, I thought. All right, now we need 2 black. And then a gray. And then 2 more black. And you don't have to use my pattern. You can make up your own. But like I said, this would be a way for all of us to be able to bead it together and learn it. And then maybe make this your learning pattern. And then you can... oh, sorry, that was a regular green. And now we need 1 light green. And then you can make your own and have it down and not, make sure you have it down good before you start on your own pattern. And then... so we have a green, a light green, and then we need 4 dark green. And if, you don't want to draw your own pattern, this will be a pattern that you can have. So, alrighty, that one's done. We're getting there, guys, slowly but surely. It takes time. I might have to take a break and sharpen my pencils, though. They're getting kind of dull. Okay, so this next row, we're going to start left to right. We're going to go on an in bead. And we need 4 dark greens. And then we need a light green. And then we need a regular green. Then we need a black, gray, black, gray. So black, gray. I'm going to double check it here. Yeah, black and gray. Black, gray, black, gray. Go. Black, gray. And then we're going to need a lot of darks here, a lot of dark green. So we need 1, 2, 3, 11 dark greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we need 2 regular greens. Okay, I'm going to take a second and I'm going to, that's where I got with when I first started it. That's how far I got beading. My goodness. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and sharpen my pencils real quick. Hang on. Okay. Now, we're going to start from right to left. We're going to need our regular green. And we need 11 of these. 11 go on your inner bead. And we need 11 green. Okay, now we need 2 dark greens. Okay, then we need a gray, black, gray, and a black. We need 2 regular greens. And then 4 dark blue. Okay, now our next row, we're going to go left to right. We're going to need our green, and we're going to go to an in bead, and then we need 2 green. 1, 2, and then we need 3 dark blues. 1, 2, 3. And then we need a black, a gray, a black, a gray, and then another black. Okay, and then we're going to need our dark blue, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dark blue. 1, and then we need 3 greens. 1, 2, 3, ending on an outer bead. Okay. Now for the next row, we're going to go on an inner bead, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dark blue. Then we need a light green, 1 light green. And then we need 4 regular green. There we go. And then 1 dark green. Then we need a black, a gray. Oh, my black ran away. Hang on. A black, a gray, and a black. Like that. And then 3 regular greens. And then 2 dark greens. And then we're going to go up from left to right, and we're going to go in a bead. Let me mark off this. And then we need 2 dark greens, and we go in a bead. So 1, 2, and then we need a light green, and then we need a regular green. And then we need a black and a gray, a black, a gray, and a black. And then a dark green. And then 3 regular greens. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light green. And then 4, 5 dark blue. And we'll end on an outer bead. All right, I had to fix that light green. I think I fixed it. That was really, those, sometimes you get those colored pencils and they're like, I think the inside's broken. And it kind of, you sharpen it and then it gets wobbly. And you sharpen it and it's wobbly. And it's just like, oh my gosh, really? Okay. So our next row, we're going to go from right to left. And we're going to go in a bead. And we're going to need 2 green. 1, 2. And then we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 light green. 4, 6, 7. Okay. And then 2 regular greens. And a dark green. Okay. And then need a black, a gray, a black, a gray, and 2 black. 1, 2. And then a light green. And then 2 dark greens to end on an outside bead. Yep, that's an outer bead. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we need let's see what end we're going to start from. We'll start from the left to the right, go from left to right. And so we're going to go on to an inner bead. Oh, that's the wrong. I need this one. So, and we're going to do 2 dark green. So 1, on the inner bead. 1, 2, and then 2 light green. 1, 2, and then we need a gray, a black, a gray, and a black, like that. Then we need a dark green, and then let's see, 1, 2, and then 4 regular green. Those, the light and the regular green, I'm sorry, they're kind of hard to distinguish, but those are the only 2 I had that looked one lighter, one darker. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need 1, 2. Then we need 9 light green. And then a regular green, and that'll be our out bead. Here we go. Now, I think this is the last row of grass, if we're not sick of green by now. I was trying to get the different colors of the river in there. Let's see, we need a regular green, and we're going to go on our inner bead, and we need 14. So on our inner bead, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we need a dark green next to that one. Go. And then we need a black, a gray, and then 2 black. 1, 2. And then we need 4 dark green. 1, 2, 3. And that's all our grass there. That's all of that grass and river stuff. Now, we're going to need a light blue. Mine's looking a little wonky, but that's okay. Now, left to right on our inner bead with our light blue, we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need a gray, and a black. Okay, and then we need 3 light blue. Okay, and now we're going to need an orange. I'm using like a yellow orange. And we need 12 of those. 1, 2. So 12 orange, and then a light blue. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're getting closer. Only a few rows. Now we need to go in a bead, and we're going to go from the right to the left, and we need a light blue. And then 11 oranges. The thing that's hard for me when I do this stuff is I have really, really bad carpal tunnel. And so this hurts. It hurts for me to color or write, draw, things like that. After I do it for so long, it starts hurting me. So I'm trying to wrap it up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we need 4 light blues. There we go. Then we need 2 black. And then we need 5 light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending on an outer bead. Perfect. Okay, now next row, we're going to be going in from left to right, go to an inner bead, and we need 1 light blue. And then we're going to skip 3 for 3 white beads. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light blue. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to do 10 light oranges. I was really proud of this when I drew it, though. I really loved how it turned out, so I'm excited to get this thing beaded. And then we need 2 light blue, ending on an outer. Perfect. I love the Sandhill cranes, and I think I got it looking kind of like a crane. I don't know. I think it looks like a crane to me. I didn't want to put so much black on there, but I don't have a light gray bead, so I only have the 1 gray. So I thought, I guess the black will have to kind of be the distinguishing colors for it. Now we're going to need to go from right to left, go on the inner bead, 2 light blues. And then we need our yellow, and we need 9 yellow. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 10 light blue. And that's it for that one, because that is a cloud. So we're going to just go like that, so we know. Add a little kind of curve there so we know what we're doing. Sorry, bumping into you all the time. Okay. Almost done. Couple rows here. So we're going to go left to right on the inner bead. And so we need 2 light blue. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dark blue. Okay, and then let me double check myself here. Yeah, okay, and then 3 light blue. 8 yellow. And then 3 light blue. Okay. Now we're going to go from the right to the left. We're going to need an inner bead, and that's going to be a dark blue. And then we're going to need two light blue. And then 6 yellow. Wait, did I count that right? I believe it did. And then we need 3 light blue. And then 3 dark blue. And then skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 dark blue. Okay, and then we are going to go left to right, go in a bead, 2 dark blue. Okay, so 2 dark blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to want to skip 7 for white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 dark blue. Only a couple rows left of this here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 light blue. And then we need 2 dark blue to finish on an out bead. Perfect. Okay. Now, this leaves 2 rows, guys. 2 rows. We made it this far. Okay, so we're going to start right to left, and we're going to skip. Let's see. We'll need our dark blue, but we're going to skip 3, starting on the outer bead. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do dark blue all the way to the end, ending on an inner bead. So I'm not going to count all those, sorry. Just a lot of dark blue here. All the way to the end. And then we're going to end on an inner bead. So, wait, that ain't right. Hang on, I gotta check myself here. I screwed up. I have to erase these. Sometimes they'll erase, sometimes it won't. But we'll know enough. Okay, so I accidentally crossed off the wrong one like a doofus. I'm going to start over here So we need to go in the outer bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark blue here on the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I need a better eraser. Just erase those. I'm sorry. Okay, so those need to be 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Okay, and then see, that's what I get for not counting like an idiot. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have to erase these 3. It kind of erases, it kind of doesn't. Now I'm going to just kind of reinforce those. And then I'm going to draw my cloud in. This is my cloud. My cloud. You can do whatever you want. If you want a cloud there, put a cloud there. If not, you don't have to. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes. All right, that kind of makes sense. I screwed up big time, but fluffy little clouds. Fluffy little clouds. Now, okay. I crossed off the wrong, kind of got interrupted. And I crossed off the wrong one. So that one is crossed off now. So we're going to start from the right to the left for our next row. And we're going to skip 3 for our white. And it's going to start on an outer bead. So if you can kind of see that, there's our cloud. It goes out, and then we go in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one goes in 3. And now we're going to draw all the way across with dark blue, and that's going to be an inner bead all the way across. So go all the way across on this row with dark blue to make it an inner bead. Okay, and then the last row is all blue, and you start on the outer bead on the left side going right, and then go all the way to, it's going to be an inner bead. So here is all blue, all dark blue. Okay, just like so. Okay, that is the pattern. Now, if you want to get technical, give yourself a little bit of a little more stuff to go by. What you can do is, I'm going to go over this with a marker right down here, just to kind of give myself an idea of what I am going to be doing. Now, you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this to make it darker. Okay, that's my baseline there. Now, I'm going to go, and I'm going to go like this on my edge beads. You don't even have to do this. This is just something I'm doing. I don't know why. But see, you can see the pattern, the in and out pattern of that after you do that. Out and in and out and in and out and in and out and in. All the way up and down. It kind of helps to, stuff's in my way here, kind of helps just to kind of give you a guide. That way you know which is an inner bead and which is an outer bead, because that is vitally important to this. And that is our pattern, okay? Now, the second rule of thumb is we're going to give ourselves a guide, a, what do you call it? Color code, color guide. So I will show you how to do that with your beads. So give me 1 second. All right, raise you up there a little bit and give you a little better view. Now I'm gonna put my pencils. Oh wait, actually I can't put my pencils away yet. Derp. 1 second. I'm going to show you how to do this here. Now I'm going to take my colors and line them up with my beads. So let me get my beads out real quick. Okay, I got my beads out here and I got my colored pencils, and I'm going to make a little mark representing each color. So there's our dark blue, our light blue, okay, and then we have then our green, our light green. There's a lot of colors involved in this one, but man, it sure made it pretty, didn't it? We got our orange, we got yellow, we got red, gray, and black. And I'm not going to do white because white is white, right? Now, if you're going to use these colors, you probably won't even need to do this. But say you have a different color. For example, say let's see, a good one for me is my dark blue here is actually called navy. So instead of this being dark blue, I'm going to go over here and put navy, because that's what color that is. And then my light blue isn't really a light blue. My light blue is a periwinkle. So I'm going to write periwinkle next to that, okay? And so on and so forth. So you're going to go through and you're going to label what colors you're using for each one. Now this is a dark green. Okay, and then this is going to be actually just green. And light green. So that kind of gives you an example of labeling, because you want to label, so when you look at this, you'll be like, oh, that's my periwinkle bead, or oh, that's my navy bead. That way you know what color represents each bead, and you're not going to be confused, and you're not going to, so my red is a regular red, so it's just red, and then my orange is actually orange yellow. Okay, and then my yellow is straight yellow. And then my gray, I believe that is just called gray. And then black. Now, so if say your red was a dark red, you might want to put dark red there. if like with my orange is actually the orange yellow is what I'm going to use. That way it's labeled the proper color associated with the bead name. That way you don't get confused, and if you set it down and go back to it, you know what beads line up with what. Like for example, if I didn't write periwinkle, I do have a light blue. I also have a turquoise blue and other colors of blue that I could easily get confused when I go to do this. So you want to make sure that you label it with the beads that you're going to use for your project. So therefore, if you set it down and you go back to it, you know what beads you used for what. So this is going to be our pattern for our Sandhill Crane beaded bag. Now, I'm going to end it here with this video, and coming up, within the next day or two, we're going to get started in actually stitching this bag. So if you want to get your beads all ready, get your graph all ready and ready to go, and we will get going with it here in the next day or two. If you want to come up with your own, that's fine. Your own design, your own pattern. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But this is something that we can all go off of and we can do together if you want to do it together with me. This is my own design, and I thought I would share it with everyone. So I hope I didn't completely bore you to death with my video today. I just wanted to make sure that we would all have a pattern that we could all do together. So this will be part 1 of the Sandhill Crane beaded purse, and we will continue on with part 2 here coming up. So I look forward to doing that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and were able to understand enough to draw up your own pattern to go along with it. And we will continue on with that later on. Real quick, I did want to mention that this is just only the front of the bag. Okay, this isn't the back. The back of the bag, I'm going to do a solid color. I'm probably going to go with the navy color or the green. I haven't decided yet. But that's going to be the same amount of rows of beads as the front because it's going to be the back. And we're just going to sandwich those together and zip them together. So basically, we're going to be working in a circular brick stitch pattern. So make sure that when you do this along with me that you have enough beads for it. I don't know how many it takes because I have not done this yet, but try and make sure that you have plenty of beads available to do the project. So I look forward to seeing you guys coming up in part 2 of the video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Feel free to comment and please like and subscribe. Take care.